Welcome everyone to Selenium Training by Wisdom Trainings. Hello everyone. In the previous videos we have already seen how to configure Selenium with our IDEs. Now we have to move further to open some browsers and on those browsers I have to go to some URLs. Fine, so there is a very simple command that we used from the package imported, the Selenium package imported. Now I will show you that class first that which we are going to use. I am on the official website of Selenium at the time and I'll take you to the official documentation of Selenium. This I am showing you that in any case you want to read more about the particular classes, the functions which we are going to use in the future ahead, you should be able to know where you will get the details. Fine, so over here this is the page, the API docs of Python with Selenium. Fine, so over here you will get the details. Now the class which we are going to use to interact with the browser is over here, you will find in the docs, and the class name is basically the WebDriver class. Okay, so this is the class, the WebDriver implementation we call it, and this particular class have all the generic functions which we can fire on any of the browser. Like if I have to, I'll show you some simple commands for the time so that you can also see that which commands I'm talking about. Okay, this get function, this is a get function. This get function is going to help me to open any browser that I want. Fine, you just have to fire this get function on any browser you want to open. And the same way, if you want to take the screenshot, there are different types by which you can click screenshots, you can get screenshots. And the same way, the quit is a function which is going to help you to close the browser after the execution. So this is a very useful function, and this is generally very much used when you are executing the test cases in bulk, because you don't want all the browser to open in the taskbar all the time, right? So at that time this quit function is used, and these are some of the generic commands. These all commands that you can see over these functions, they all are generic functions under the class WebDriver. Now this WebDriver is a class. So over here I have to create an object for this class so that I can use the functions inside, I can access the functions inside. And I don't want to create a hanging object. I want to create a proper object, and I will be creating a reference for that object, and using that reference only I will be using this class. Okay, so let me just take you first to the PyCharm IDE, then we will move on to the Eclipse as well. Okay. So over here, now it's totally up to your wish how you want to execute the test cases, the test scripts you are writing. It's up to you if you want to go on with the test cases format, the way we have done in the PyTest part. If you want to go with that also you can do. If you want to generally create a script, that also you can do, like we used to create for the Python files. That also you can do. I'll show you. Right now, first I am going to just create a simple file and I'll name it as browsers, because in this we are going to learn about the browsers only. So browsers I am going to name. I already have installed Selenium into my PyCharm IDE, so I can say from Selenium package itself, there is a class which I need to import, that is WebDriver. Okay. Now after this, as I said, I will be creating an object reference. So I'll name the reference as driver, and here I'll be creating the object WebDriver dot. Once I'll press dot, I will get a number of options over here. You can see. Now these are the browsers that I can open over here. These classes you can see over here, the Chrome, Firefox, over here the IE, Edge, Safari, Opera. Likewise, I have a number of options. So I can open up any browser that I want. Over here is the Firefox as well. So it's totally up to your wish. Now for suppose I want to open Chrome browser. So I'll come over here and I'll call this particular class. I'll call this particular command. I'll click on the workspace, run browsers, and this will open up a blank Chrome browser for me. Fine. Now if you will be writing this, if you are doing this for the very first time and you are writing this command directly into your IDE, this is going to pop up with an error. The browser is not going to open at any cost. It will give you an error. There is a reason behind. Why? Because every browser that you want to open, over here I'll show you, on the API docs everything is mentioned. You can see this section drivers. If you read that section, you will get to know that if you have to open any browser, you have to get the driver of that particular driver of that particular browser. Like if I have to open Chrome browser, so I have to have the chrome.exe, the driver of Chrome browser, which is being provided by the browser provider. The same way, if I want to open the Firefox, then I have to have the geekodriver.exe, which is the driver for Firefox. Fine. So this way I have to first get the drivers into my system and then I can run this command. Now from where the drivers are to be downloaded? That's very simple. You don't have to go to any another place instead of the official website of Selenium. Over here you will get everything. You can see over here for Chrome a link has been given over here to download the browser. Just click it and open it in the new tab, up to you. You have to download the driver as per the current version of your browser. Now for Chrome we are looking first. So for Chrome you have to know what version of Chrome is installed into your system. So for that you have to go to these options, these toggle button over here, and go to help about Chrome. When you will go to about Chrome, this will give you the information that which version of Chrome you are using currently. Now I am using 84.0.41.47. This is the series which I am working with right now. So if I have to get the exe, get the driver of Chrome, so I will just go over here in the page where I am getting all the releases, and I will look for that particular version only that I have checked. Which version do I have? This was the version that I had. So I'll click on this link and this will give me a number of zip files. Now it's given the zip files are according to the operating system. So look for your operating system and get the zip file into your system. Like over here I have done, here are my zip files lying. I have just got them extracted at a single place. In my C drive I have kept them in the WebDriver folder after extraction. So here is my Chrome driver for Chrome browser being lying. So what you have to do in your case to open the browser using Selenium command, just go over here, take any variable that you want, path is equals to, in this path variable you have to give the path of your Chrome driver which is lying in your system. Go to properties, copy the path from here, chrome.exe. Okay, replace the slashes by double backward slashes or a single forward slash. That's totally up to your wish. Once you have done this, you have to use the same command. Just in the parameters you have to give a parameter, that is executable path. This executable path is a variable which is already in this class. You just need to give the path where your Chrome driver is lying. So that's lying in a variable called path in my case, and that's done. Now this kind of structure if you made in your workspace, this is going to work fine and the Chrome browser will open. I'll save it. and you can see over here that my Chrome browser has opened very well fine. Right now it's not in the maximized window, it's not closing itself. That we will look further on. But right now just focus that your browsers are going to open in which way. Fine. The same way you can do with the Firefox. Now for Firefox there are different drivers which are being provided by the browser providers. For that the link is again over here. Just open this link. For Firefox there are some things that you need to be careful about. It's very important to understand that thing as well. Now over here the drivers are given, but the thing that you need to be careful about is not the version over here. In the Firefox what happens is, whenever a new update has been given by the browser providers, it automatically gets updated. The browser automatically gets updated, which in case of Firefox may create an issue. Because sometimes what happens is, let me just open up the Firefox options and then I'll show you. Yeah. So what happens is that whenever a new update comes, the browser automatically gets updated. But sometimes the driver that we have for Firefox to run the browser, that does not support the latest version. That rarely happens in the case of Firefox. It does happen a number of times. So what you have to do is, you have to restrict the automatic update of the Firefox. How you will be able to do that? Once you open up the Firefox browser, the default browser yourself, go to these toggle buttons over here, and over here in the options. Once you get into the options page, you will find a block where it's written Firefox updates. Now over here you can see that my Firefox is written as it's up to date and it's good. What we will be doing is, we will uncheck this automatically install updates and we will check the another option that allows me to choose when I have to update those new when I have to install those new updates. This is to restrict the unrequired errors that may come up due to compatibility. Okay, this is one thing that you need to be very careful while working with the Firefox. Rest, when we have to get the driver of Firefox, that's very easy. If your version of Firefox is above 60, the drivers given over here are going to work fine. According to your system configuration and operating system, you can get the zip file, download the zip file, extract it the way you have extracted the Chrome driver and keep it at a location. Like over here, I have done it in the section that over here is. I have shown you earlier the same way. Okay, now what you need to do is, again I'll go back to my IDE, and now this time I'll not be opening Chrome, I will be opening Firefox. So I'll just will create another part, and over here now I will be giving it webdriver.firefox, which browser I want to open. That you need to be careful while you are opening the browsers, that the same browser is specified that you wish to open. Okay, in the path, now the name is going to be changed. My location of drivers are same where I am keeping it. So just the name is going to change, that is Geeko driver. Okay, this is just the thing that needs to be changed. Rest everything is same. Now I'll comment the above code where I am opening the Chrome browser. This time I just want my Firefox browser to open. So I'll save it, and I'm closing the default one which I opened earlier. I'll run the module now. In case of Mozilla, what happens is, it takes a little delay to open the browser, but it does open. A fraction of seconds it's delayed, otherwise it works fine. So over here my blank Firefox browser is open over here using this command, and over here my code is also terminated. Okay. Now there are two more commonly used browser. One is the Edge browser and second is the Internet Explorer. For those also you can get the drivers. For Edge again you will get it from the link that is given over here. Same is the case while downloading the drivers for Edge. You have to check which version of Edge you are using. You just go to your Edge, open this, just wait, it's taking some time. So my Edge is opening right now. What I need to do to check the version, go to these toggle button, about over here, just go to the help and feedback and about Microsoft Edge. And over here it's going to inform you that which version of Edge you are using. According to that series only you can get the driver of Edge as well. Now over here it's 84.0.55 something. So this is the one. So according to the version of Edge you are using, you can get the exe from here. You can get the driver from here. Again the zip file will be downloaded, extract it and keep it at the same location where you have been keeping the Chrome driver and Gecko driver files. Okay. Now the same command is going to run, just the path is going to be different and the name of the browser. The name of my driver is MS Edge driver and my browser is going to open for Edge. Control C and I'll run it again. So you can see a blank Edge browser is going to be open this way. Fine. So now we are left with one more browser which is mainly used, that is the Internet Explorer. Now for Internet Explorer you can just go to the home page, just go back to the downloads link and here you will get an exceptional block for Internet Explorer driver only. You can get the driver from here by clicking on the configurations. Just get it, the zip file will be downloaded, extract it and keep it in a single file like this. Fine. Again, once the file is extracted, the driver is extracted, come back to your workspace and over here just give the name of your driver, that is Edge driver server in my case, and over here the name of browser will be IE. Now I'll save this and we'll run the module again. This command will open up a blank Internet Explorer browser for me like this way. Okay. Now Internet Explorer needs a lot of settings to be done. Let's talk about those settings, because if you have not done those settings, your Internet Explorer won't work. Okay. So right now you can see over here it's giving me a warning and over here. So let's just get over with these. I'm closing the browser for the time and I'll open the default Internet Explorer. Just wait. Yeah. So right now you can see over here that the browser is out of date. It's in the news that the Internet Explorer may be shutting down soon. So let's see. But still, if you have to check, if you have to automate the Internet Explorer as well, follow the settings that I'm telling you. The first setting is over here from the options button over here. Look for the zoom level. If the zoom level is something other than 100%, make it 100%. The zoom level should be 100% always. Okay, then go to the internet options. Now over in the internet options, go to the security tab. In the security tab, what you need to do is, all these options that you are getting, you have to bring the leveler to the lowest. To the lowest you have to bring it. Okay. For those there is no option, you cannot do anything for that. But for those which you have option for, just bring them to the lowest. Also, if this checkbox enable protected mode, if it is checked, then uncheck it. Okay. Once these two things are done, then move further to the advanced tab. In the advanced tab, you have to go to the security block. Over here you have to look for option allow active content to run on my computer, run in files on my computer. You have to check this checkbox. Once you have done all the three settings in the internet options, click on apply, click on apply and then click on OK. Fine. Now all the settings that were required to work with Selenium has been done. Now I'll close the default Internet Explorer and I will again run my module. Okay. It's giving me an okay. Might be while I'm just making the changes, the protected mode was on for some of the leveler. Let me just check. Internet options, security tab. Yeah, see, it is checked. That's why over here it's giving me an error in the PyCharm. It's giving me an error. So these settings are very, very important. Do make sure you do them and check for all the levelers that it is unchecked. Apply. Okay. Done. Close it. And I'm again going to run the module. Now this time it's not going to give me any kind of warning nor any kind of pop-up that I have to handle. Just a blank Internet Explorer browser is open over here. Okay. So this way you can open up 4 different browsers using the same command, just the name of the browser should be different. Okay. Now you must be wondering that over here on this official website there are another browsers also given. You must have seen over here in the API docs. Over here there are another browsers also given like Safari. So there are a number of browsers which are not that reliable to work with Selenium commands. They do not perform well with the Selenium commands. So that is why we refrain ourselves from using those browsers like Safari, Opera, Phantom. Like these browsers we do not work with. The 4 mainly used browsers, I have already shown you how to open them, how to get their exes into your system, the drivers into your system, and to open up the browser this way. Okay. At this point, one more thing comes up in mind, that every time you have to open up the browser, do you have to give this path? All the time do you have to give this? So the answer to this question is no. What you can do is, the drivers that you have just extracted from the zip files, you can add them all in the system variables. That in my case I have already done. That is why previously when I just gave this command driver equals to webdriver.chrome, this particular command opened up my Chrome browser. That was just because I have added these drivers into my system variables. How you have to do that? Just go over to your search and over here look for environment variables. In the environment variables, over here you will find a option of path. Just go and click on edit. Over here in this you have to add the path of the drivers wherever you have kept it. If you have kept them individually, then you have to give the full path of every browser differently. Or if you have done the same way I have done it by keeping it in the same folder, then just go and add up the folder over here that I have done like this. Once you have done this, click on OK, OK and OK. 3 OKs, click on all the 3 OKs. After that, just give your system a restart. To apply the changes in the system variables, you have to give your system a restart. Once your system has been restarted, just go back to your workspace and remove these commands. Remove the path given, the executable path in the parenthesis, and just let this command run. Then it is simply going to open up the browser whichever you want to open. Okay. So just what you need to do after adding them into the system variables? A restart. That's it. Now the same thing you can do in the form of in the test cases as well. That I will leave up to you guys to practice. That how you can just write a simple code and how you can write them into a test case. Okay. Now how to open up the URL is very simple. What you need to do is just use the generic command that I have shown you previously using the object reference driver dot get. To this get function, you have to provide the URL. Like suppose I want to open up flipkart.com. Let's suppose I want to open up this particular URL. So I hope I have given it right way. So I'll just run this. It will open up the blank Internet Explorer and will open up flipkart.com for me. Just wait, it's loading. So you can see over here that my flipkart.com has been opened in the Internet Explorer. Being it a generic command, the get function is a generic function, so you can fire it on any of the browser you want. If I just go and do it for Firefox, this is going to work fine with my case. I'll just will remove this and I'll copy this command to open the URL. And I'll just will run this module again. This time my Firefox browser will open and the flipkart.com will be loaded on that URL, on that browser. You can see browser got opened, Firefox, and now it's going to the new tab which is flipkart.com. Okay, it's just loading, just wait, you can see yourself. Fine. So this is where you can open up the browsers you wish, any URL that you want to open, that can be any. Fine. So this was all for this video about handling the browsers differently and opening the URLs on them. There are a lot of things to do with the browsers and the URLs that we will see in the next video. Till the time, you do practice this, and thank you.